is the story of Jesus being brought before the Jewish leaders and the Roman leaders. Those who arrested Jesus brought him before Ananias and then Caiaphas, the high priest. All the teachers of the law and the elders gathered together in the night. They were looking for evidence against Jesus to put him to death. They could not find anything, even though many false witnesses came forward. But finally, some came forward and said, "We have heard him say, 'I will destroy the temple made by human hands, and in 3 days I will build a new one, not made by human hands.'" Hearing this, the high priest demanded Jesus to answer their questions and accusations, but Jesus remained silent. Then the high priest said, "I command you in the name of the living God. May he judge you if you don't tell us the truth. Now tell us if you are the Messiah." Jesus answered, "If I tell you, you will by no means believe. Here is what I say to all of you. From now on you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One. You will see the Son of Man coming down on clouds of heaven." Then they said to Jesus, "Are you the Son of God then?" And Jesus answered, "You say that I am." Hearing this, the high priest tore his clothes and cried out in a loud voice, "He has spoken a very evil thing against God. Why do we need more witnesses? You have heard him say this very evil thing. What do you think?" And the crowd responded, "He is worthy of death." Then they spat on him, mocked him, blindfolded him, struck him, saying, "Prophesy to us, Messiah." Then the guards took him and beat him. Now, early in the morning, they brought Jesus before the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. When Pilate heard them, he said, "Take him yourselves and judge him according to your law." But the Jewish leaders objected, saying, "We do not have the right to execute anyone." Then they accused Jesus of claiming to be the king of the Jews and misleading the nation. So Pilate questioned Jesus, asking, "Are you the king of Jews?" Jesus answered, "Are you asking this by yourself or because of the things you've been told about me? My kingdom is not of this earth. For if my kingdom were of this world, my servants would have prevented my arrest by the Jewish leaders. My kingdom is of another world." So Pilate said, "You are a king then." Jesus said, "You say that I am. The reason I came into this world and I was born into this world is to testify to the truth. And everyone who's on the side of truth listens to me." Pilate further questioned Jesus, but Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge. Then Pilate announced to the crowd, "I find no basis to punish this man." But the crowd insisted that Jesus should be punished. Now, hearing that he was a Galilean and under Herod's region, Pilate sent him to Herod. When Herod saw Jesus, he was very pleased because he had been wanting to see Jesus, hoping that Jesus would perform some kind of sign or wonder. When he heard the accusations, he questioned Jesus, but Jesus gave no answer. So Herod and his soldiers mocked Jesus. They put a fine robe on him and sent him back to Pilate. Then Pilate said to the Jewish leaders, "I have tested him in front of you, and I have found no basis for your charges against him. And Herod also has found no basis for your charges against him. So I will punish him, and then I will release him." But the crowd shouted, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" So Pilate offered the crowd to either release Jesus or a criminal named Barabbas, thinking that they would change their mind. At this time, when Herod was on his judge's seat, his wife sent a message to him that said, "Do not do anything with this man, for he is not guilty. I have suffered a great deal in my dreams because of him." But being led by the chief priests, the crowd asked for Barabbas to be released and for Jesus to be punished. So when Pilate asked them what he should do with Jesus, the crowd shouted together, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" Hearing the demand of the crowd, Pilate severely punished Jesus by flogging him. And when they brought Jesus before the crowd, the people still shouted, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" So Pilate washed his hands before the crowd and said to them, "I am not responsible for the blood of this man. It is your responsibility." And the people responded, saying, "Put the blame of his death on our heads and our children's heads." So Pilate decided to grant their demands. Pilate released Barabbas and handed over Jesus to be crucified. May the Lord honor the telling of his word.